Good afternoon to you. My name is Masin Joki, broadcasting live from Nairobi. This is RU News at 1. And here is what is hitting the headlines. Experts warn against a new wave of coronavirus. Police to curb rampant violence in Nairobi and major towns, says Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki. Amnesty International launches a club at Shira University. Kenyans have been urged to be cautious as the nation fights against a potential seventh wave of COVID-19, reports from the Ministry of Health shows. The country has seen an increase in infections over the previous few weeks, with the positivity rate rising from 0.1% to 15% since the conclusion of the sixth wave in June. Our health reporter Caleb Nyaga has been following the story and prepared the following report.
Kenya is not yet out of the woods as COVID-19 is back. According to the number of COVID-19 cases reported and the increase in the positivity rate, the country is currently experiencing a seventh, with scientists predicting a looming mild wave to last until January 2023. As of 15th November 2022, the number of confirmed cases stand at 340,431 and the number of deaths stand at 5,680. As stated by the Lake Region Economic Bloc, the wave that started earlier this month will peak between mid-December 2022 and early January 2023. According to the forecast, the wave will last 2 months or 63 days, and approximately 50 Kenyans will die as a result of the disease.
No, COVID-19 has not changed. What changes every single time is what we call mutation. The virus just gets smarter to adjust itself to the current environment. So basically, a virus really ventures well in a humid time, well, in a humid environment. And that's why you see most of the threads of the different mutations or different episodes coming. They come during the rainy season or a very cold season. Heat is not very friendly to virus, so during that time, the virus, most of the time, they're dormant. It may not be as serious as the previous waves have been. For one reason, because there's a lot of vaccination that have been done, so most of the people, the severity may be low. Yeah, we cannot predict its spread, but what I can tell you, the severity of the disease will be low. Being a respiratory disease, there's no other solution other than matters of masking, hand washing, keeping distance, trying to stay in a well-saturated area, avoid congested area, try to stay in an open air area. That is majorly what is necessary, just what we used to do, but now we put more emphasis on the same. Yes, because during the sunny season or during the hot season, most of the people put the guards down. When you put the guards down, now getting back to the same lifestyle that you used to, it will require a bit of.
Since lawmakers supported amending the Universities Act, university elections have undergone significant modifications. But what changes did the amendment actually make? And how did that impact the political climate in colleges? Kate Wangila dissects the matter.
One uncomfortable truth for university administrators, as well as the national government, is that students have an influence on how the nation at large is governed. And this phenomenon begins within the context of university elections. Universal suffrage, a principle that every human being has the right to participate in political elections, has always ensured that voters feel engaged and secure in the fact that all issues within a nation would be resolved by electing responsible leaders to office. However, the amendments of the University Act in 2016 have since shut down the concept that was being carried out in universities countrywide. Some would argue that the amendments have robbed university students of their democratic right and has killed the spirit of comradeship. The new delegate-based electoral college has faced much criticism from students and their leaders alike. RUTV sat down with one, Amos Kamotho, who petitioned against the new electoral system, to discuss how the implementation of the new electoral system has negatively impacted the concept of democracy in institutions of higher learning.
The opportunities, as said before, that has been presented by this delegate system is to have a dull, calm, and an election that is people don't want even to participate in, and public or the government will see it as a positive result. See the guys like Babu Owino, today they are vibrant. They are guys who had at the National Assembly, but since the days of Babu Owino, we've not produced other leaders. Why? Because we are not developing best leaders through this system. I wish that we had the other system whereby people would enjoy the universal suffrage through a democratic elections, whereby people would vote for their leaders. At least the vibrancy, the comradeship, the spirit of leadership will come back. And we not only assist the leaders, but again the entire university, because we also want to grow together. Yeah. So the same way, through the one man, one vote, through students being, voting democratically, and a one man, one vote system, the universal suffrage system, students are going to have peace of mind because they believe they are going to vote for leaders of their choice. Leaders are going to have the best moment ever at the university because they'll be leading people they love, people who voted for them. It will be very easy for leaders to serve people who voted them in, rather than having leaders who are voted by 10 individuals to serve 10 million people. And we are going to have the best leaders, we are going to develop the best leaders of this country. And I believe for us to achieve Agenda 2030, for us to achieve the African Agenda 2063, for us to achieve the 2030 SDGs and other things in this country, we have to ensure that the current generation of leaders is given the best environment ever to serve, to grow, and actually to get skills of leadership. Because it's from this generation that we have in the university today, those leaders we have today, other people are going to become the national leaders of tomorrow. So if we are putting them in a situation where currently, instead of I, Wex Amos, talking about SDGs, instead of I, Wex Amos, talking about AFCFTA, issues of trade, instead of I talking about Vision 2030, I'm talking about delegate system. I'm talking about amendments acts of the university. We should be talking about big things as Africans.
It is time for Kenyan intellectuals, particularly students, to engage in debate over the trajectory of national elections. Time for university administrators to re-evaluate their roles as well as the university's role in strengthening democracy. And finally, it is time for academia to retake its role as a force for social change. Kate Wangila reporting for RUTV.
A new police squad has been sent to the county as the government vowed an all-out war on mugging gangs and other violent crimes in Nairobi. Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Interior Cabinet Secretary, stated that the government was aware of the public outcry following cases of reported insecurity and was determined to take decisive action to rid Nairobi and other towns of criminal gangs. Jemima Mose with more on that story.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has announced plans by the Kenyan government to deploy a multi-agency unit to bandit-prone areas in Nairobi following an increase in crime rates in the city. Kindiki, who was addressing the media at Harambee House on the 14th of November, said the government was aware of the emergence of armed youths terrorizing Nairobi residents as he announced the reshuffle of Nairobi County Police Command in order to combat the rising cases of insecurity.
We have witnessed increasing criminal activity within the city of Nairobi. A small group of criminals armed with knives and other weapons is terrorizing the citizens of this city, as well as a few other urban centers. Those boys who have dared the government and want to tell us that they can take over the city and make it a city of crime, we have also heard you, and therefore we are coming, effective immediately. We have taken measures already, as I have said, with regard to counter-terrorism. We have started taking measures already, which we cannot announce on the response to bandits and banditry, and we have taken measures to deal with the emerging crime trend in Nairobi. In this regard, the leadership and the command of the police has changed the command of the Nairobi City police deployment, effective immediately.
These announcements just came in moments after the Inspector General of Police issued a warning to those in possession of illegal weapons. The Inspector General, who met with Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, expressed their concern to the increasing cases of mugging in particular parts of Nairobi. Jemima Mose, reporting for Ari News.
Let us take a short break and don't touch your remote.
Ngoma vitu nani yeah Buff bus washa like bigger shots like if it goes siku sutanipea tap tap back it up make it drop so vile nakupea sinyulize mbona ndai seti mpaka po kwa kona
acha niwapige sahi nimesikia vile anadai
lakini nani shikangi call labda mteke
I finna hit it till I reach the corner. Mbona, what you mean Mbona? Mbona, oh you mean Mbona? You rockin' with the best kijana ni performer. And you ain't seen nothing, this just the warm up.
Mokili Ekoti Matata dit Eric Mandala, le docteur des ignorants, et Maria Piron.
On point kama suti za buri.
Maria Piron, mama
Inda zingwa tandale.
et Naziria.
Welcome back. Amnesty International Kenya, a human rights movement, comes together with Rara students in launching Amnesty Club, the newest club in the school. The launch was held at G15 Lecture Hall, marking a new era of Rara University, being part of human rights defenders among many others globally. Marcin Joki prepared the following feature. A group of ambitious Yara students joined hands with Amnesty International and Protection International in launching Amnesty Club in the school.
We are also going to join the coolest movements in this side of the sky.
Amnesty International, being a non-governmental movement that helps people all over the world claim their human rights, has broken boundaries by involving university students. This move came after several international relations students noticed there were so many human rights violations, hence fueled their passion to start up the club in the school. The eagerly anticipated launch that took bustling days of preparation was held on the 6th of October at G15 Lecture Hall with students from different universities and members of staff in attendance. As this international organization puts into effective bringing torturers to justice, changing oppressive laws that violate students, and giving the voiceless a voice globally, Riara University chapter aims to embrace mass education concerning human rights and slowly progress to the international level. Other sentiments echoed by student leaders of Amnesty Club were on how Amnesty International will work with Kituo cha Sheria and go to places like Kibra so as to facilitate social change and help the vulnerable in our society. So today I'm with Mark Kioko, the chairperson of Amnesty Club, Riara University. You're very welcome, feel at home. So you're the chairperson, that is really big. And what made you start Amnesty Club in Riara University?
Amnesty Human Rights started only as a human rights club in Riara, and afterwards we got the partnership of Amnesty International Kenya and Protection International Africa. As you see, two human rights organizations which are focused with human rights advocacy. and nurturing human rights defenders from a university level. So the main reason this club started is to nurture human rights defenders and activism, and to return students' activism live in our campuses.
So has there been any challenges once you decided to start this club, like from getting people who are interested in joining and planning the launch generally? Has there been any challenge?
We witnessed several challenges. Firstly is most of the members are not passionate, or they do not, most of the people in campus do not know what they are passionate about or what they should be joining the clubs. So it's really hard to get someone who is passionate enough, because most of the people seems like they are joining out of peer pressure and influence from their friends, which is a good thing. But at the same time, we need passion to be the driver of willingness to join our club. That's the main thing we are looking at.
During the Amnesty talk, there's a student official who said that Amnesty welcomes all kinds of people, and that includes people who do different courses, different work, including creatives. And for the longest time, creatives have felt like they've been left out and their work of art is not being appreciated. Do you think this is going to be a major breakthrough for them, and how?
About creatives, this age and era we are living in is one which is shifting to online. So we'll be shifting our activities from physical to online, or even incorporating both physical and online activities. So we'll need efforts of creatives. So like that's why like revolutionarily the whole thing about human rights defenders is moving online. So I think this is the biggest chance, or this is the greatest era for any creative to get involved in human rights work, or even in our club. You are very welcome. By the way, right now we are even looking for a position of a digital content creator, because we'll be needing all these persons when we go to activities and when we need to air our activities and our courses online. I think it's an all-inclusive platform.
Wow, that is nice. The fact that you're including everyone and creatives. I'm also a creative, and I'll think about it and think if I will join the club. So thank you for coming for this interview. It really means a lot, and I've learned, and I hope everyone who's watching this will feel encouraged to be a human rights defender, because human rights is very vital. As Amnesty Club is not discriminative and includes everyone, including creatives, two students graced the event with a melodious performance while the DJ hit the decks, hence elevating the mood in the room. And finally, the launch was marked with cake cutting, followed by an entertainment session in the school gardens as students enjoyed their lunch, fully sponsored by Amnesty International Kenya. As Amnesty's goal is to ensure that all active and impactful members of this society. Reporting for TV, I'm Masinjoki. Kenyans will have to brace themselves for tough times as inflation hits an all-time high. In our coverage this afternoon, Stewart Songore takes a deeper dive into the matter.
Over the past 2 years, Kenya's economy has been faced by many challenges, with COVID-19, Russian-Ukraine war, and inflation being the major key players. Food, a basic necessity in each and every human's life, has become a burden to many due to its high cost. This has been brought about by inflation, which affects many aspects of life. I journeyed to Riara University to find out how new food prices are affecting students.
Sasa imekuwa ngumu sana. Kama kitambo mzazi alikuwa anaweza kutumia maybe 1500 usurvive nayo for 1 week, so now 1500 ukipiga nayo hesabu it's like you can survive it for maybe ikienda sana a week na si 2 weeks kama kitambo. So sasa hii rise of commodities kama basic commodities kama unga nini, you know, as student lazima ukule ndio usome poa, so imetu affect sana. Unga imepanda, kila kitu imepanda, and the pocket money japanda. So pocket money ni constant, but pia lazima ukule na ufanye kila kitu.
With inflation at its highest, a pack of flour goes at 188 Kenya shillings, while a liter of fuel goes at 179 Kenya shillings. I also spoke to a faculty, and this is what he had to say.
Kama kwangu, mimi zimeniaffect sana kwa sababu mimi ni mwanabiashara, fanya upishi, naona customer wangu wanaendelea wakipungua kulingana na vitu zinaenda. Kwa sababu unaona wakati vitu zinapanda inabidi na sisi tupandishe zile bidhaa zetu.
Will the common mwananchi continue to suffer, or will there be a change in the prices of the commodity? Reporting for RUTV, I am Stewart Songore.
Let's take a break, and Ali Mohammed will be joining us from the other side of the studio with updates on entertainment and sports.
One in 50 Rurans lose their items every week. If you lose an item or you find an item that doesn't belong to you, please report it or take it to the head of security office at the main gate. If possible, call 0703 038 331. Please be mindful of others and their property. Be your brother's keeper.
Cyberbullying, a cancer that has been and still is in our society. It's on the rise and it's still affecting our youth. Don't be mean behind the screen. Let us stop cyberbullying.
Thank you for staying with us and welcome to Entertainment and Sports. My name is Mohammed Ali. In our first story, RUSA organized 2 major entertainment events in September this year. Homeboys Radio's Campo Vibes and 360 Waves Private Universities and edition, which brought together students from Riara University, Daystar University, and Strathmore. The event featured activities such as car shows, dancing competitions, and even virtual games. Amal Latif has more on the story.
It was a vibe at Riara University as a RUSA, in collaboration with Wave 360, held an event that included other private universities such as Strathmore and Daystar. I am your host Amal Latif, and I'll be taking you through the event. DJs from HBR graced the event with songs such as Amapiano. It was all vibes as the MCs made the event lively. Students not only had a chance to interact with each other, but also had a chance to participate in dancing competitions, rap and singing, while others were involved in interactive games such as Jenga, Snakes and Ladders, and other fun games. Students who own businesses had a chance to showcase their merchandise such as sneakers and jerseys. Ladies' products such as jewelry, purses, and perfumes were also on exhibition. For the gamers, virtual reality lovers, and FIFA fans, the PlayStation 5 was made available by MK Daimler. The Color Festival crew ensured that the event was well supplied with colorful chalks. The car show was the final part as people showcased their cars and their driving skills. And my name is Amal Latif, and I was your host.
And now to the world of sports. Students and staff are excited after the famous Vice Chancellor Cup makes a comeback after a break due to COVID-19. Kevin Rono attended the whole tournament and prepared the following report.
The annual VC Cup was held this semester where different games were played such as chess, football, basketball, and table tennis.
Which team do you support? I'm seeing you are wearing a Kenyan jersey.
Oh, well, I cannot support any team. I support everybody. I'm the father to all.
Okay, you're the father.
I don't want to be stoned by any team.
Okay, thank you, sir. Will you participate since you are wearing a jersey of Kenya?
I will, definitely.
Okay.
I look forward to participating.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And what are your expectations today, sir?
I just want guys to have fun. It's a day to have fun, let go, release yourself. And
as we are preparing, as we are preparing for the main exam, end of semester exam.
Main exams, PIA World Cup is coming from Sunday, so as we prepare for all that.
Winners from different sports were awarded medals and cups. Kevin Rono reporting for RU News.
Riara Sparks managed to win 2-1 against Langata Prisons. The match, played at the Langata Prisons grounds, ensured that the players secured yet another win under their new coach, making it 4 wins in a row. Troy Njoroge reports.
Riara Sparks managed to win 2-1 against Langata Prisons during the pre-season games. The first goal was tapped in by the team captain, David Kodera, after a free kick was swung in. The second goal was scored by Yasir, ensuring the team went home with the 3 points.
How does it feel being the man of the match?
Feels great. It's been tough. The game was tough, and I'm glad the team was able to cope with the pressure. The opponents didn't let us have any chance to breathe, but thanks to the coach's tactics, it was quite, I wouldn't say easy, but we were able to crack
Do you feel that you got the results that you were looking for?
Yeah, actually, we got the results. I would say it. So yes, we got the result we wanted.
Thank you.
Troy Njoroge, reporting for Riara News.
Thank you so much for tuning in to RU News at 1. We have been your hosts, Mohammed Ali and Masin Joki. Have a lovely afternoon.